Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Hello. Hi, my name is Chris Adams, representing the Dodgers because that was an amazing comeback win yesterday. I want to talk about, actually, let's handle some business first. I have a couple of shows coming up. So, tomorrow I will be at Bay Bridge Brewing. That is in Chula Vista. That's going to be at 8 p.m. at Bay Bridge Brewing. And Jono Zale is going to be headlining that one, who is a guy that used to be a neuroscientist, which is actually, ironically, the second neuroscientist that I know that's also a comedian. So that will be at Bay Bridge Brewing tomorrow. That's 8 p.m. in Chula Vista if any of you are down there. And next weekend, after this weekend, next weekend, Sunday, June 9th, I'll be at the Brea Improv. That's 7 p.m. on a Sunday. And if you go to brea.improv.com, you can get tickets and use the promo code Rivera, and you can get tickets for that. So I hope to see anyone out in any of the places I will be. But I'll be recording at least at the Bay Bridge Brewing, so I'll have some clips from that. All right, today, comeback wins. I'm super excited because I'm wearing my other Dodgers hoodie today. I watched the game, and I was depressed. Yeah, morning, go blue. Absolutely, Bart. I watched the game last night, and I was kind of depressed going into the ninth inning, right? But the Dodgers, they're a team that keeps coming back. And I think that you can apply that to life. Now, how do you apply that to life? They didn't give up, and I can apply it to my own life. For example, let me explain. So I've been trying to work at this comedy thing since about 2003. I took some breaks, which I shouldn't have, but I did. I took some breaks in comedy. Kind of got burnt out along the way, and it sort of happened because I kind of cut my chops in Long Beach. That's where I cut my chops in comedy. And I was very good for a very long time. I mean, I was one of the better comics there, which is, big fish, small town. And so I come to LA, and initially coming to LA, I go to the Valley, work there. And again, still really funny. People were really respecting me. But then I moved to Hollywood and try and cut my chops there. And that's different because now you're competing against people that are on television. Now I've been on television, but I was cut out. I was on Last Comic Standing very early in my career, actually, which is part of the reason why I got a show at the Hollywood Improv. But I got on and I didn't have representation. I didn't have anything. I merely got on through my ability to be funny, So I slept on the street and still made it onto Last Comic Standing. The year that I was on, I was with, what's his name? Anyway, I was with another guy that made it, but I think he actually had representation now that I learned later. But he said he didn't, so they used him as the story. For me, I bombed my actual, the showcase. I bombed my showcase for sure. That was my bad. But luckily they cut me out completely, so I'm not too unhappy. I mean, I'm there in the season waiting to get called, but I knew I wasn't. And so I've had many moments like that where I'm really funny, and a lot of people will come up to me and tell me like, oh, you're a great comic. Why aren't you further along? And it's like, it's just how it goes, Comedy is a tough business. So I get many things, and I even work with a lot of great comics. I get to work with Jim Jeffries and Eddie Ifft. I get to work with Chris Rock very early in my career, editing, and same thing with Jim Jeffries and Eddie Ifft. I get to work with I do a radio show with my friend Jerry Brandt where we interview Bill Burr, we interview Kevin Hart, we interview so many great comics, and I'm thinking like, oh, cool, this is going to move me up, but that's not how it works. And so I get burnt out after about year 10, and I take a long break where I kind of do mics, but I'm so burnt, I'm thinking nothing's going to work out, and then I'm at a show, I get drunk, and I get a DUI, and I think my life is over. Right? So this is it was the worst night of my life. I was super depressed. I thought I was going to be homeless because I was trying to chase this entertainment thing and it wasn't working, and then I was about to run out of money. So I'm like, let me just drink and try and forget at that night. And then I get a DUI. My car crashes. I almost die. But I don't give up. I keep going. I still do mics after that. I learned how to get around without a car. I don't have enough money to even get a new car. and I learn how to keep going. And a few months after my DUI, I get a call from Eddie Ifft, who I was working for free on his podcast editing videos. And then he goes, I have a job for you if you want it. It's with my management company. And, I can help you out. And he does. And then now, recently, I'm starting to get more bookings now. People are starting to realize that I'm funny again. It took a long time. I mean, I went to the best mic, I think, to work on your craft, the Fourth Wall, because you can just do a bunch of sets in a row where, you only have to spend 1 hour, and people complain that you have to spend $5 to perform. But if you go to New York or any other city, you just have to pay to perform. It's just part of it. It's LA, I mean, everything's expensive here, so that's just part of what you have to do. But anyway, I go up as many times as I can in a night, usually around 3 times a night, and I hone my craft again, and now I'm starting to slowly get more bookings on a consistent basis. Now, again, who knows, next month might be dead. I'm hoping it picks back up. But the point is, just like the Dodgers, don't give up, right? Just keep fighting, because, there's a million reasons to quit. But I think the difference between people that are successful and people that aren't is the ones that are successful find the will to keep going even when everything feels like it's not going to work. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been putting myself back out there, learning that you have to just, somewhat bug people to get spots sometimes. But when they see me perform, they always go, "Oh wow, you're really good." That always happens when I deal with bookers that hadn't seen me before, and then all of a sudden I do their show and they're like, "Oh, I'm not always the best, but a lot of times I'm one of the better comics on the bill." I'm not, no ego. It's just I've been doing this a while, and I know I've a lot of skill. Anyway, so I hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday. I don't know if I'll be doing this tomorrow because I will be on the road going to San Diego, and I have to meet the guy that I'm writing with early. But I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I have a lot of work to do. So thank you for watching. You all have been wonderful.